Hello, future students. My name is Zason Eagle, and today I'll be going over all the chapters in the U.S. history book. And I'll give you some key terms, some key vocabulary words that you may to know. The first chapter, which is the archaeology slash U.S. history review, it talks about how archaeology was deeply a part of how it was rooted in the U.S. history. And one of what techniques that they used, what that archaeologists used to preserve artifacts. Some key terms that you may need to know are archaeology, which is the study of of man-made man-made objects or artifacts, and another key term is an artifact, which is items made by a human that has historical context or cultural meaning. The first unit, which is about growth and reform, it mainly focuses on the Civil War and the Reconstruction that happens after the Civil War. So it can be the successes and the failures of the Reconstruction that have and that happened after the Civil War, and what was its aims and impacts. Key vocab terms would include the Treaty of Portsmouth. The Treaty of Portsmouth ended the Russo-Japanese War. Oh, I forgot to mention. The years in Unit 1 goes from 1877 to 1920. So you will need events that happened throughout those years. And another key term will be flappers, which is a subculture of rebellious young American women who defy traditional Victorian, which is Britain, gender roles. So they just rejected because women were treated unfairly back then. The second unit, which is about which is about the Great War to the New Deal, and it's the years from 1914 to 1941. It mainly talks about the Great War, which is World War One from 1914 to 1920, and the unit also discusses the Great Depression era of how the stock market crashed. Key vocab terms will include the Schlieffen Plan, which is a German plan to make a rapid conquest of France, followed by a march on Russia. So a tactic that Germany used in World War One. And margin, which is money borrowed from a bank to pay for an investment such as stocks. Unit 3 is about a new world power. It's talking about World War II. So it's focusing the spread of fascism in Europe and America's role in World War II. And it also focuses on the outbreak of World War II. Key terms include a war bond, which is a debt security issued by government to help finance military expenses during wartime. America would provide these war bonds to countries that lost the war. And another key term is communism, which is a totalitarian system of government where one group controls all means of production. So the Soviet Union still has communism to this day. Unit 4, which talks about the years of turbulence. It talks about the civil rights movement and how it impacted our rights today, equality rights, and it talks about the outbreak of Vietnam War. A key term from this could be the grassroots activism, which is a political movement driven by people who individually do not have much power but are working together and can be highly effective. So they can influence the government to change the rules, the laws. The last unit, which is Unit 5, Challenges of a New Century, it mainly focuses on presidential decisions. So presidential decisions made. Oh, I forgot to say the years, but this is year 1968 to present, and mainly talks about the presidentials. How successful were the presidential decisions were made in this year. Key terms are including New Federalism, which is a plan by President Richard Nixon to turn the control of some federal programs over to substates.